It's where I've been and who I am, all the ways I've grown. Blood in the sweat, tears and regret made me hard as stone. On my own, on my own. Put the work in, yeah, I earned it. It's my destiny.
South Australia I was born. In South Australia round Cape Horn. We're bound for South Australia. Haul away your rolling king. Heave away, haul away. Haul away, you'll hear me sing. We're bound for South Australia.
Make sure you tag. Is there okay?
No one we're going to mention, but it was no one that was here.
Where's the wheel?
Where's your wheelie bin?
Yeah. It's red between Glenn and this.
As we gear up for the adventure into the wilds of Australia, I could not contain my excitement. We're headed into the new territory with wild safaris to hunt fallow deer. I was beyond thrilled to explore the landscapes, meet new people, and dive into unforgettable experiences. This isn't just about the hunt. It's about embracing the unknown and making memories that will last a lifetime. After a long day of driving, we finally made it to camp, where we were able to get settled in, unpack all of our gear, and get prepared for the hunt in the morning. The anticipation was killing me, and I knew I was not getting any sleep tonight. The first morning, my cameraman Woody and I headed south from the camp, and the action kicked off immediately. We were right in the middle of the action. We located a deep-sounding croak which we pursued. The only problem was the buck kept teasing us, coming close only to dart away with his doe. It was a game of cat and mouse, and at this point, I wasn't sure if I was the cat anymore. Every time we thought he had him figured out, he'd change his mind, turn around, grab his doe, and leave once again. I guess I needed to work on my fallow deer call, because apparently I didn't sound like much of a threat to him. At this point, I had pretty much decided just to keep my trap shut, and stalk in as close as I could to him, then let out a croak, and hopefully that would bring him into bow range. And wouldn't you know it, it started to work. The closest we had him was at 30 yards, but the only problem was we could only see his legs. The brush was so thick, I could never have got a shot through. The doe would come running up, and he'd circle right back around. And every time I'd let off a croak, he would lose his mind. We finally got him into a shooting lane, and as I started stepping forward to draw my bow back, another buck came down and challenged him in his territory, completely drawing the buck away from us. And right at that moment, everything went silent and put an end to the day one hunt. So day 2 came rolling around and I decided to switch it up and head to a new spot on the territory. The new spot I was heading to was called Greenhide. Greenhide was known for holding big animals on it, but it was also known for having steep terrain and steep angles, which made self-filming very difficult. But lucky for me, I had Woody for one last morning. We knew we were in for a challenge, but if we were able to connect on an animal, it was going to be worth it. Now that one kind of caught me off guard. My main goal for the day was to mostly just scout the area and make a game plan for the coming days. But if I had an opportunity at a buck, I was going to take it. They were right about Greenhide. It was tough going. From rock slides to steep cliff faces, it was a challenge just to get to the top. But once Woody and I made it to the top, we got one heck of a view. Just Relentless is brought to you by Border City Shield Mechanical, Prophet River Firearms, Scree Canada, Reconico Outdoors, Dry Shod Footwear, Baku E-Bikes, Beaver Buzz Energy, Brett and Tanya Brown. Southern Cross Distributors Canada. Headed back up the mountain. We're on day 3 here at the new camp. I'm heading up to what they call the Green Hill Mountain. That's this sucker right up here. It's a long ways up. It's the highest elevation hill on this place. So I'm gonna get up there, do some glassing, and hopefully find that big guy again. I'm gonna be doing some self-filming this time. I don't have a cameraman with me now. So put the bow down and have the Lithgow gun out with me, and can hopefully see if I can put a smack down on a big old buck tonight here. So see how she goes. Kangaroos or something you guys may not know. I sure as heck didn't. That when you're hunting fallow deer and they're not croaking and you don't know where to look for them, they have what they call scrape lines. And what the scrape line is that buck's territory, and he will stick in that territory the entire season. They are extremely territorial. So if they hear another buck croak in their area, they'll usually come check it out. But they'll usually croak to see where all these other ones are. Coming up to a scrape line right here, right now. And this is how I knew to enter this area. And it goes all the way up the mountain. Like every 5 feet there's a scrape. And it looks like it's a pretty decent one too, so I'm gonna follow this one up and hopefully I come in contact with this guy. Well, that was fast. I'm not even 100 yards off the road and I'm already into deer. Just not the size of one we're looking for. That was a little spiker. Looking for a big guy. This is a heavy scrape area with some really high scrapes, which means that there's probably a really good deer in here using this line. Now, when we arrived at this property, we were informed that there was a very large white buck that lived on Greenhide, and he was one of the biggest ones that had been seen on this property. Now, me being me, never backs down from a challenge, so when I was told that Greenhide was very tough to hunt due to its angles and terrain, that was right up my alley. As I was watching a young buck scrape about 150 yards down on the hill, I heard one of the deepest, loudest croaks I have ever heard. That's the big white one. Goodness, is he big? Listen to him. Now this buck was huge, but my issue was this buck was on the other side of the valley, and I was going to have to belly crawl with all my camera gear across a wide open field just to get in range of him, and I was running out of daylight. After belly crawling what felt like 10 football fields long, I was finally within shooting distance of this buck. As I got into position, a bunch of other deer started coming in around me, so every move I made had to be done under caution. Now maybe it's the bow hunter in me, but I wanted this guy as close as possible. And the does he was herding were starting to walk my direction, so I was going to let this guy come right in as close as he wanted to and make my shot as easy as possible. Well, my decision to wait came back and bit me. A young buck walked within 5 yards of me and busted, and that made all the deer hold back. With me losing camera light, I made the decision to back out as quietly as possible and make my way back to camp. My plan was to come back first thing in the morning and try to get on him again.
It is 5:14 a.m. Just waiting for my ride to go and drop me off here this morning. Gonna go back in and see if I can find that big guy again. I had an opportunity to shoot him last night and I chose not to just due to the fact that it wasn't the greatest camera light. That's a very tough decision because he was the biggest buck we have seen. But I'm quite confident I'm going to find him again. So I'm going to go back up that mountain and put the miles on again today. That's all I can do. See what happens. Alright. We're back on the mountain. I can hear them already croaking away. Gonna go a little bit further up here and then probably drop back down on him again. I got one really close here too. Okay, gotta go. Looks like
It sounds like he's right in front of me. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. I didn't realize there was a slide right there. He came up right behind me. I just got the camera on. I tried moving, but he busted me. Well, as I was sitting there licking my wounds from being busted, I made the decision to keep on going after him. And he went up and down the mountain, up and down the mountain. And I found myself in between two fallow bucks, croaking back and forth. I hope I got that on video. I don't know. I had him on video for the first part there, and then he walked in to this one spot there, and I don't know if I got the shot or not. I'll have to go back and look. All I know is I smoked him, and he's laying dead right there. So that's one decent one down. I'm not gonna lie, guys, that was a lot of work, and the opportunity was just too great to not pass up. That was a ton of work for that buck. Wow, this guy's still going ham over here. Well, for a self-filmed hunt, that was pretty cool. I got this other buck still going hard behind me. My buck's laying dead right there. And I'm gonna have to do a walk up pretty quick here to grab him. What an unbelievable morning. That's not the big white guy, but you know what? This guy was in such a good spot to hunt that I couldn't pass it up. Now the real work begins. Wow. That was cool. What a morning. What a morning. Let's go take a look at this guy. Footage might be a little bit crooked here because I'm on a mountain, but hey, I'm living right now. My goodness, what a magnificent animal. What a beautiful animal. Wow. I'm speechless. What a magnificent animal. Oh my goodness. I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but the palmation and everything on this guy is just tremendous. Unbelievable. What an animal. Thank you. Thank you. You were magnificent. Absolutely magnificent. I am proud of you. This morning, I made a mistake. I found a bedded buck that was at like 60 yards in front of me, and he was gorgeous. He was a beautiful buck, and he'd be one that anybody would be proud to shoot. I came here for this white guy today, and wouldn't you know, as I'm filming this guy up here, the white guy and a bunch of does go running by underneath me, not even knowing that I'm there. So the hunt was on for that guy. Well, they busted me out and I never saw them again. The whole time I was thinking, why didn't I shoot that big guy back there? Well, this isn't him, but I wasn't passing this guy up. This guy is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And he was just roaring away. This experience has been nothing short of amazing. These animals, the way they interact, their sound, the terrain that they're in is just mind-blowing. I couldn't be any more proud to shoot this animal and to be taking him home with me. Just absolutely a dream come true. Yeah, that's right. I can't wait to show everybody what this guy looks like. I am so proud of him. All right, so we're just back here. We're just gonna load them here at the cooler. A couple other boys at the camp got a couple down too, so it's pretty awesome. It was a really productive day. Gonna get this guy loaded in here and then go back to the house and celebrate a little bit with a much needed nap. I can't say enough good about the guys at Wild Safaris. From Dwayne, to Jason, to Jamie. Heck, even throw Vernon in there, I guess. This whole experience has been nothing short of amazing. I know I've said it over and over again, but it really was. This trip was a dream come true. As a young kid that grew up in northern Saskatchewan, I never imagined that I'd ever be able to hunt overseas. But there I was, sitting around a fireplace with new friends and a whole new adventure in front of me. Now don't forget, I was there for almost a month. So of course, there's gonna be a part 3.
We're looking for the most amazing, the most glorious stag that you'd ever seen.
Well,
We're gonna get right so close with it, we're gonna kiss it.
I feel like we can't miss from here then.
Oh, we very much can miss. It's been proven.
Let's keep out the Can I trip over one more rock?
I was gonna say, you can't even walk and chew bubblegum at the same time, let alone on a camera.